Okay. All right, we're starting. So good evening, everyone, and thank you, my panelists, and welcome to Crib Conversations. My name is Camille Evans, and I am your moderator for this evening. I want to thank our host, Cinematic Music Group. I'm currently the EVP of Media Communications at Cinematic, and I'm also the founder of CME Group. This week has been a very tumultuous week, and we've had a small victory, and we're hoping for the real victory when we get our 4 convictions. But I want to thank everyone. My purpose in creating Crib Conversations was to develop a platform where we as executives and creatives could come together to constantly support one another, develop strong communications, and pull brand equity between each other and inspire each other. And so I want to thank our panelists for everything that's going on and for you showing up tonight and supporting. It's really a blessing. Rules of engagement for tonight, I have several questions that I'm going to ask the entire panel because it's important that we get everyone's perspective. But before we start, I'd like everyone to introduce themselves. When I call your name, please just let us know who you are and let us know how you got started in the business as an influencer. Jocelyn, you want to start first?
Okay. Well, I started off as a blogger for a lot of different media sites, and then I quickly started to move into like the freelance world. I moved into management. I started managing a few pretty big artists, and then I started kind of throwing events, things like that, and I just started growing my following like that. People just kind of like my black screen white text posts, and they like sharing those and all that kind of stuff. So I guess that kind of turned me into influencer. People like that kind of stuff and started liking what I was saying.
Beautiful. Marie.
Hey. Well, my name is Marie Driven. As you know, I am first and foremost a publicist. So what I did was to lead me into my influencer status is I work heavy with the Caribbean market. Yes, I work with people like Remy Ma and Papoose and stuff like that, but the challenge has been is the Caribbean market. So people like a Spice or Mr. Vegas or QQ, my job is to actually, and I did, transition them to mainstream. And being that I did that so well, I started to build, influence with people. And also doing my events that I do, whether it's like my blogger event, getting all the bloggers in one room, just so people could just network and get to know each other, or, doing anything that's major to have important people in the room. That's the influencer I bring to the table. That's how I became the influencer that I am today, because my whole thing is connecting people together and making something fabulous.
Amen. Jacob.
Hi. Hey, Camille. Good to see you. Thanks for having me on. Like I said, my name is Jacob Berger. I'm a TV film actor. Started making content about 3 years ago, making viral videos. Probably best know me as the Instagram cop. I'm not wearing my uniform today for this engagement. So that's basically, I'm a content creator and mainstream TV film actor. So those are my titles.
Thank you, Jacob. Robbie.
Hey, what's happening? Hey, okay, so pretty much I'm a creator overall. I like to create things. Content is one of them. I started off about 3-4 years ago in a group, and then I just decided to do it on my own. I love making people laugh, and I love making myself laugh first. And I just love it. I just love entertainment, and I love creating. Like right now, I'm actually creating my own clothing line as we speak. Right now, while I'm on the call, I love directing movies, editing. I just love creating.
Beautiful. And we don't want to bother Daniel because he's actually in the middle of getting a cut. But Daniel, okay.
I can't stop laughing.
He's so special, getting himself all beautified. Daniel, tell us how you got started in the business.
Well, basically, I was never into Instagram or social media. I didn't really care about it. I was just trying to promote my car service, and then I met Jack Dilla, and then Fat Boy, and everything just changed from there. It went from promoting the car business to like, wow, this guy's making money off of this. All right, I think I have a shot. So that's how it went by. And I just kept working on it, and I'm okay at it. Shout out to Marie. What's up, Marie?
What up?
Thank you for having me on the platform.
Thank you. You took an opportunity, and that's what people need to realize. Like, there's opportunities always in front of us. It's those of us who can grab it and jump to it that succeed. So, bravo to you. So let's start with our questions. So during this current racial conflict that we are experiencing right now, how important is it for Black and brown people to start building their own businesses and supporting one another? You guys can jump in as you feel free to start.
100% with it. It's definitely important as of right now. Everybody else got their own community, and we low key don't got our own, if that makes any sense.
High key.
Yeah, high key. So like, we got to have our own banks, our own financial aid, our own medical hospitals, our own. We don't have our own as Black or brown in any community, I feel, or not a strong enough community. So I agree 100%. We definitely need to start working together.
Yeah, I agree with Robbie. I mean, just to piggyback off of his points, the bigger issue that needs to be addressed is eliminating the systematic racial barriers that exist for Black people to succeed in these types of businesses that we're discussing. We need to, because it's hard, it's statistically shown it's harder for a Black person to get a mortgage, get a loan, get, a myriad of things. So hopefully going on with this movement now, that it will become much bigger than just police brutality. It will be addressing various ways that systematic racism impacts American society, and that we come together and try and right those wrongs that have been unfortunately going on for decades in this country, for hundreds of years in this country.
Right.
Yeah, so I think yes, it is important to start your business right now. As a brown or a Black person, it is important for you to support your peers, because I feel like we don't support each other, and that's been lacking for years. And I feel like there are other people that's been supporting each other. That's what made them stronger. So at this moment in time, just like everybody's protesting right now for for what's going on, I feel like we need to still do a protest like that for us, being united and us asking for things that we need. Because I feel like this is the time right now for change. Every time we say, yeah, change this, change that, but this is actually, it's here now. So I do feel like it's important for any person to start a business, and for us to support it the proper way, instead of supporting something that doesn't do anything for us. You get what I'm saying? It's like we have to build that system, and we have to stand by the system. And we just have to just support each other. So I just feel like, yeah, it is a time very important right now to start your own business.
Yeah, it really is. It really is.
No, facts.
Jocelyn, you want to say anything? Or Daniel?
Yeah. I think, go ahead.
No, you go first.
Okay. No, I was going to say that I think it's like a time now more than ever to kind of get your footing in this, because at the end of the day, there's no other way for you to move up as a society if you don't have your own financial freedom. So I feel like this is the perfect time for us to support each other, build those business, and really teach each other too how to grow a business. Because more times than none, people kind of reach out to me to just learn how to start their own business. And it's like, we can sit there and decide, I'm not sharing that information. I want to keep that for myself. I want to grow my business. I want to be the best. But this is the time to share and bring people on. Because even bringing people on just to intern for you or watch what you're doing or work for you, or you have to build a community that way.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I definitely believe in building your own businesses, because as you see right now, you see these big corporations, they're not really donating anything, they're not even saying anything about that, and it's like, you're sitting there like the NFL, the NBA, all those big organizations, they're not even saying nothing about all the protests that's happening. And it's like, you watching them, you're like, wow, you guys really don't care. I understand it's a business, you guys are making money off our backs, so my God, at least fake it and be like, yo, I'm donating. You have billions of dollars, at least donate something. So of course, it's very important right now to start your own business and get it out there and have like the influencers post your business on their page and stuff like that. You gotta invest in yourself also, but still, like, get people so people will be more aware of your business, you know. So yeah, it's very important right now.
Yeah, for sure. Being entrepreneurs, all of you, what does the word equity mean to you? And why is it important to fight for it?
Equity means ownership, in my words. And the reason why it's important to fight for it is because you're owning something. And when you own something, instead of leasing, instead of renting, instead of getting paid up front, instead of having a one-time payment from an asset, instead of you getting residual income, you know what I'm saying? That's how you can get to financial freedom. Is equity, is ownership, and residual income. So that's my take on it.
Yes.
I would say the only way that we're going to be able to take back any type of respect, any type of anything in America is to own. There's no other way. So if that means owning a building, if that means owning anything, if it's yours, no one can take it. So it's simple. You have to own it. There's nothing to even figure out.
Yeah, just like she said. I mean, equity, it's important. At this point, it's important because other people are doing it. They have equity in different places. So yeah, definitely. Just that's very important. Just owning your thing and knowing what you want is very important.
And also just I think having, because obviously, so we're influencers. So we have equity in ourselves. So that also means knowing your value, knowing your worth, not underselling yourself. Because I see way too many content creators basically undersell themselves, and it messes up everything down the line as far as what I can charge, and other people above me. So you have to realize that, like, just to bring it back, because we're all content creator influencers, it's like we have equity in and of ourselves because we're controlling our own destiny and able to make content. So you have to know your worth, If you're going to charge a couple $100 for some promo, then your equity ain't much. You don't look too highly at yourself,
Yeah, no, you've hit it on the mark. And I mean, the 1, 2, 3, 5 of you, the 5 of you have done a masterful job of creating brands and developing yourself to the world. And I think, Jacob, you really hit it on the head. And it's not a matter of trying to be greedy. You have to really know everyone else. So that's a really, really, really great point. What are you thinking, Daniel?
I'm saying that equity is important. You invest in yourself, and as residual will keep coming back. So it's very important because as you look at the Jewish, like the community, like they really have equity. They own a lot of property. They own a lot of businesses, and that's why we can't tell them nothing.
Using the house.
A lot of equity. I think the Jewish people. So yeah, we need to copy some of the moves from them.
Yeah,
so definitely very important.
it's the truth.
That's only the reason Daniel's my friend, is he wants to learn my Jewish ways,
Yeah,
I do too.
Right, we all do.
Jacob, we gotta come over to your house for dinner.
Absolutely. I'll fix it.
Let's talk about influencers. So everyone with a following now, right, likes to claim that they're an influencer. What does it mean to be a true influencer?
Listen, I have my take on it. If you're an influencer, your job is to have people that follow you. I feel like sometimes because you have a lot of followers, does not mean you're an influencer at all. You have to be able to influence people. People have to be able to reach out to you and tell you their stories and feel comfortable because they heard what you said or seen what you did and you inspire them. That's what you are. Like, you, as an influencer, you're supposed to inspire people to be better and do great and want to be something or want to be their thing. And I feel like
that's good.
Right now, just because you have 20,000 followers, 200,000 followers or 2 million followers.
Daniel, mute your mic, bro.
Daniel,
Daniel, mute yourself, bro. Come on, she's talking.
Right.
I'm sorry for Daniel. I'm sorry about that, Marie. You go on.
Yeah.
I'm
So
taking all
just
his
because,
Haitian patties when I see
right?
him.
I can't with you.
I'm saying you
Yeah.
right
So
there.
just because you have like 200,000 followers don't mean anything. Just because you take cute pictures on Instagram and the followers are there, that doesn't mean anything. You have to be inspirational in your influencer department. That's how I feel like it. Because when I do like my Working Women Wednesdays, when I invite different women from different industries, you know, to help other women out and motivate them, you know, I have people in my DM like, oh my God, you inspire me. You know, I'm happy that I tuned in today. I got these gems, or I'm lost and I need help. That's influential. That's influential. That's an influencer. That's, to me, that's what it is.
Yeah.
I agree. I feel like also it's a lot of just like, can people relate to you? Do they believe what you're giving out? Do they believe what you're selling? Do they believe, like, because at the end of the day, like, people are coming, a lot of times people come to me because they want me to like promote their product. And a lot of times I deny it because I don't believe in what it is, and I don't feel like my viewership is going to believe what it is. And it's like a trust kind of thing. I feel like you're giving out. Like, these are people who are like buying into you. You know, they believe you. They want to listen to you. So it's like, you know, what are you giving out? What are you giving out physically, and what are you giving out, like, you know, spiritually and mentally? Like, what are you sharing? And I feel like, you know, like, we have a really important role when you're an influencer, and it's like a really important job to make sure that you're giving out knowledge that actually is correct and makes sense and is it's fair to everyone that you're sharing it to. Because even today, like, you know, I had to I have a lot of different thoughts I've had about, you know, what's been going on, and I have like different opinions, and I had to make sure that I was sharing things that, like, you know, reflected to my audience properly so they could understand what I was saying. Because it's like, just because I have an opinion doesn't mean I can just share it any old way. I have to be really responsible about how I share things. So yeah, so it's a big responsibility, I think.
Yeah, totally. Do the men on the panel, you guys are really funny. So do you sometimes feel like if you get too serious with your content, it kind of strays away from your following and your fans?
Yeah, all the time. I mean, I tend to always make content that I think is both funny but also raises real social issues. You know, obviously, if you follow me, have seen my content. I tackle race, I tackle sexism, I tackle all types of things. So I try to bring light to serious issues through satire. But yeah, I agree with what everyone's been saying. You know, the importance of being an influencer, but at the same time, you know, not everyone's job as influencer is necessarily for the greater good. You know, I follow a lot of thotties on Instagram. I don't expect them to be posted, like, you know, it's funny to see girls like that do OnlyFans and stuff like that, and like they're still posting their stuff in the middle of all this, like totally tone deaf to like the situation. Like, I mean, I'm still liking and commenting, like, you know, but but you know, it's not everyone's cut out to be an influencer, like, you know. But I take my role very seriously, because obviously I'm a white man who works in the African American community. I make content for that, so it would be wrong of me to not make content that helps with further the causes for African Americans and Latinos and people of color. So that's why, I don't know if you've seen my recent sketches, but they've all been relation to what's going on, but I do it in a way that helps spread the message and does it in a way that I guess is disarming, that lets people able to see what's going on, you know?
Right, exactly.
And just to piggyback off that, yes, it's hard to do content because people are sensitive nowadays, because some stuff is funny to us and some may not be, but we're doing it for a good cause, because I truly believe like that to spread peace, you got to be peaceful with yourself. And with that, like, content creators that we do, we make people laugh. We make ourselves laugh first. That's the most important thing. And I see some people that try to be influencers and try to do this only because they see the outcome. I tell people, money is just a side effect.
Facts.
Money is just a side effect. I do this because I sleep, breathe, and I would do this for free. I did this for free. I did this when nobody believed in me, when I had 200 plus followers, when I was sleeping in my granddad's Lincoln. You know what I'm saying? Like, I did that. You feel me? Like, nobody don't know that story. They know the glow, they see the shine, and they ignore the grind. Because I showed the grind too. They ignore it. You know what I'm saying?
Al Capone.
So with that being said, yes, we do bring awareness, but we still gotta shed light because it's some people that don't understand what's going on, and
Yeah.
it's some people that is scared, and you can feel it. Everybody in the world is either scared and angry and upset, and I'm the type of person I believe everybody's linked with each other. So when a lot of people feel this way, it brings that energy onto onto everybody. And it's good that we're doing this, and it's good that we're protesting. I love it. It's beautiful. I protested twice.
Yeah, so
last-
do.
Yeah, and it's beautiful. All I'm saying is it's still our job as creators, as influencers, to still put a smile on everybody's face that we can.
No, definitely important. Otherwise, we'll just snap.
Yes.
Snap. What about you, Daniel? He's done with the cut.
Gotta unmute
I'm trying to
You got
take
a
it off.
bald head.
Yo,
What are you
that
cutting?
hair.
You got a bald head. What are you cutting?
No, I'm not gonna lie though. Like, I think I took my platform for granted because I wasn't even thinking about. I was just doing videos like nothing, and with this whole stuff that happened, sometimes the people that follow you call you out. I only put a couple of post types. I didn't even post them up. I don't know. I just didn't feel like posting them up. And one of them was like, "Yo, you even post them up?" Huh?
You haven't been posting, you said?
I didn't really post me going to like protests and stuff like that. I didn't go. I went, but I didn't post it until one of my friends was like, "You went today?" I was like, "Yeah, I went Thursday." He said, "Why are you not posting this?" And I posted it, and people were like, "Oh, you actually go?" I'm like, "Yeah, I go. I don't just post. I'm a man of my actions." And like I see, like the way I've been posting lately, I know people hate the cops. You know what I'm saying? And I'm starting to see like what Donald Trump is doing. He's trying to divide the country. We're all like saying crazy stuff like that and irritating people. So what I do is I don't post certain posts. I refrain from posting. So I just try to make light of the situation. Or if I feel like the other day it was like the Dominicans versus the Haitians. I'm like, please, let's not start with this. Let's worry about let's not worry about the Haitians versus Dominicans right now. Let's worry about getting justice. We could beef after, but let's take care of this first,
Right.
And like we all brothers and sisters at the end of the day. And when people are like, oh, white people, this and that, I'm like, no. When I went to these protests, I seen more white people than black people. So, and then you're watching the whole world. You're like, you're seeing the whole world protest for equality for black people. I'll post things like that, so you show. Even though I'm showing a lot of violence on my page, whatever. I mean, that's what I like. But I still post stuff like where people are like, okay, there's something that's happening. People are uniting. I like showing people uniting, even though they're fighting, whatever. But I still show people uniting. So I know it's important for us as influencers. I don't call myself an influencer, but I'm just trying to show positive stuff, good stuff that people respect, just like everyone else. And I love the fact that everyone did the black screen, everyone's posting about this stuff, is raising awareness. Like it's all over your feeds. I love that. So that made me really proud. I was like, yeah, that's what's up. I'm gonna shut up now.
The followers will call you out though, for real.
Right.
Yeah.
He's did it all night. How can those with a talent or a following look to leverage the things that they're doing to build a sustainable brand? What do you recommend they do?
Get on TikTok.
TikTok.
Right.
That's the biggest way, fastest way to grow. Instagram is
Right
a dying platform. It is all about TikTok right now.
I wouldn't say
It is.
dying.
It's not doing well. They're on the road.
I would say this as far as anybody want to grow. TikTok is the easiest way, but the thing is you really got to study social media, meaning like you got to know what's going on, because bro, it can be another app that come out tomorrow and they'll just be giving, and you'll grow even faster on there. But it's all depends. Instagram is still a monster because they're one update away for getting everybody back or getting everybody back to how they used to. Or
We'll see about that. They talking about that money coming in. Well, money talks, bullshit walks.
Well, they're supposed to be doing this on Instagram, so let's see.
Yeah,
so
like said, right, that they were going to do like group stuff as opposed to just songs, right?
Monetize
Exactly.
IGTV.
Yeah, monetize IGTV, and that is a good way to keep influencers on there because that's the way how we eat. So, like I said, like Instagram is a monster. It is a monster. Don't sleep on Instagram. Like, but TikTok is the new wave.
TikTok.
I would say
It is.
definitely TikTok. Yeah, of course, but just don't just. I wouldn't say, yeah. Oh, I can't cuss on here, can I? Yeah.
You could cuss
Huh?
if you want to.
You do whatever the hell you want, Rob. Come on
Okay,
now.
I wouldn't say fuck Instagram. I would say focus on TikTok, but still feed Instagram.
Yeah.
Because you may never know.
Yeah, you gotta be on all
Yeah.
platforms, obviously. You know?
Yeah, you do. And I take my TikTok to Instagram too. So
Yeah,
it's
that's
you
what
could dibble and dabble.
Mm-hmm.
you just
They're
never know.
they're not linked, so you got to do that, and then
It saves anyway. As soon as you put it, it saves because once you link it, it goes to your stories, but it's saved in your file, so you can upload it.
Yeah. Yeah. But just as far as creating a brand and stuff like that, like the initial question, like definitely the most important thing is just to be true to yourself. Like don't try and be something you're not, because people tend to see right through that. So and if you're just if you love what you're doing, it's gonna shine through. If you try and force the content, then people are gonna be able to see that and they won't like it. Like, you know, you gotta at the end of the day, you gotta really love what you're committing to create your brand, whatever it is, whether it's acting or art or whatever it may be.
And you have to study your audience. Study your audience. Know who you want your audience to be. That's very important.
I would say brand partnerships and press, because like, you know, what I realized was like, you know, you can make money off your following and monetizing things that you put up, stuff like that. But once you start partnering with big brands and start figuring out creative ways that your brand makes sense for them, you're out of here. Like I did something with Nike before, I did something with Revolt, all this kind of stuff, and it just took my brand to the next level. And then on top of that, it just built credibility for me. So people were just like, yo, like, oh, she was on there, I like that. And then also I would say like a lot of the press stuff that I did too. So, you know, first of all, building up your SEO for like your name. So getting all those press looks is like super big. It doesn't even matter if it's like a big or small site, because you just need that SEO to pop up. So yeah, I would say definitely if you want to become an influencer or you want to just start figuring it out, even start supporting some smaller brands just so you can start getting some foot in and getting some money from some people. But once you get those big brand sponsorships, you're good to go.
do you guys all have your own publicists, or you kind of just do everything yourself for yourself?
I have a team, but not a publicist.
What's up, Marie? I got one.
Right. So this is the funny part. So I'm Daniel's publicist. So that's already said. But the crazy part about me doing what I do, I have somebody on my team that handles all my affairs. So yes, you do need what Jay said is very important, because that press is important. And just having you on certain media outlets have people view you different. You know, sometimes people may not know your story, and they might be interested in that story because they've seen you on a platform that they never thought that you would either get on, or, you know, a platform that didn't even know you exist, but you have the readers reading that. That's like, that's really, really a good way to go, but you have to know who's right for you. You can't just take anyone or anything. It has to make sense for what you're doing and what you want to do in the future.
You know what I like? I noticed you guys are kind of all friends. And what I like is that you do skits together. Is that something that just organically happens so that you guys are all eating and sharing the creativity, or is it planned, or it just kind of happens?
Experience. Just experience. Hustle, like it depends, because some people, you know, like some people, you know, we still stick together. Like I'm cool with everybody on here, mostly everybody on here. I don't know some people, but like definitely like me and Jacob and Daniel, we're definitely cool. But it's definitely through experiences and definitely doing like collaborations, definitely doing work, and you see people work ethic. And for me to hang around with somebody, their work ethic got to be is just as good as mine. So definitely that. And then yes, we do. It's more people that's in the same boat as us, but it's some that don't have the same work ethic as us as well.
How much time do you post in a day when you do your skits? Like, is there a formula to it, or you just as random, or do you keep a formula?
I try to do every day.
Rhythms and everything, but go ahead. What you said, Robbie?
I try to do every day. Actually, I was gonna propose this to everybody who's actually close to me. I was gonna do a 90-day blitz, post on everything: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, even Snapchat for 90 days straight, and just flood the internet for 90 days.
That's
And
how.
that was what?
Huh?
With what?
Like,
With content. Nigga.
Content.
Huh? 90 days, bro. Chill out, Rob. Chill out. You're doing too much. No, but your earlier question, though, Camille, is like, collaborations don't happen by accident. Like, you have to be proactively going after those to make that happen. And you need to bring something of value to the table. Like me, for example, like I didn't start reaching out to other creators until I had my own viral success and I had something to offer, which was being, playing this cop character. So that allowed me to reach out to people, and I would reach out in a very professional manner to make things happen. Daniel can attest that I was probably one of the most active people back in New York when I still lived in New York to make these collaborations happen. So, it's not just by accident. You got to really push for it, especially in a city like New York where everyone's kind of out for themselves and not trying to be as collaborative as they are here in LA.
Being an influencer means being a main source or outlet for the people. Do you feel that that's a hefty responsibility to take on? Y'all want me to say that again?
Yeah.
So I was like someone else talking.
I'm laughing
Say
at
it again.
Daniel, bro.
Say two.
I know Daniel's gone through like 5 wardrobe changes.
Yes, that design.
I don't think I peeped the top back. He put the top back and everything.
Right.
Okay, let's do take two. So being an influencer means that you are a main source or outlet for the people. Do you feel that that's a hefty responsibility to take on? And should influencers be role models?
I would say
Maybe a
yes.
double hand.
It's a hefty responsibility, especially now, because I feel like the last couple of days I've been dealing with so many like DMs, messages, emails. People just want they want answers, and they feel like you're like the answer person. Like no matter, even if you're still like learning and figuring stuff out too, they feel like you need to have an answer. So like I've been getting like long paragraphs. People asking me what can I do? What can I do? I'm like, whoa, okay, let me go see what's going on before I just start giving you answers and stuff like that. But it's definitely a lot. It's been a lot of pressure. Like the other day, I was about to just be like, yo, look, can y'all just for a little bit chill so I could just figure it out first? But I was like, nope. I mean, I earned these following. It's my responsibility to speak up and say something and help out. So I got to do that.
Well, I'm gonna answer. I'm gonna go backwards. So, you asked, should influencers be role models? Influencers are role models, whether you're good or bad. Anytime you're anything on social media, people are watching you, and you have those viewerships, and you have those. You're a role model. So that's an automatic given if you're doing this consistently. And people, like, sometimes I will go to these guys to laugh. I'm having a bad day. I want to laugh. So why not go to these pages and get my, my laugh on? So yeah, they're a role model in a way where, you take your mind off of, you help people take their mind off of, the problems that they have at the moment. So yes, all influencers, to me, whether you're good or bad, they are some type of role model.
Yeah, I agree with that. And also I think obviously we need to be conscious what we're posting at the moment because of the current climate and everything like that. But it's also remember during wartime, there was the USO, soldiers need to be entertained. So even in the worst of circumstances, there's still a need for entertainment and comedy. So I hope that people don't lose sight of that. So that's why I look at influencers almost as digital USO members, because we're helping people get their mind off of things. I get messages all the time from people, some a lot of them be hatred, but I get also messages of people that are like, your content helps get me through the hard times, help put a smile on my face. I was feeling depressed and your content uplifted me. So, it's very important that we continue on as content creators and find a way to still influence and connect with the people.
Yep. And everyone in the Zoom have this way of influencing people. So three guys that's on here, they're funny. So that's a different type of, influencer situation where you bring laughter to people. Some people might feel like, oh, they might feel offended, but majority of people, I feel, laugh because it's funny content. And then I would say somebody like me and Jay, we bring inspiration to people that wants to know how to get to the next level in their career when it comes to businesses, or how did you get started, like how did you get started in your industry, certain paths and roles that we all play on this Zoom, even you, Camille, like we all play these roles in people's lives, so we all have an impact.
Yes. And it's important, whether we're laughing or crying or being uplifted at every moment, there's a need for something, Like, Dan, when you started doing this with Fat Boy, did you feel as you started progressing that you were now this person that other people are going to kind of look up to or follow, and you had to be careful in the things that you did, or you just was like, I'm doing me?
I didn't really care what anybody thought. I was like, I'm doing my videos. I don't care. Because at first, some of these videos I was doing with him, I'm like, yo, bro, I would knock you out. But he's like, this is comedy. This ain't real. Like a lot of videos we did, I ain't gonna lie, I want to fight after.
You wanted to fight after?
I want to fight him. Like him pouring champagne on my feet or eating chicken nuggets off my head. Yeah, I want to fight after. So, I was mad, but everybody loved it. I'm like, how is this funny? I didn't think any of it. I was so confused. I didn't know what was funny anymore. So it was just like, wow. But there's some people I go on their page, I know they're going to make me laugh. Like, I love watching their videos. Like,
who do you love watching?
I get hyped seeing their videos. Huh?
Whose pages do you like going on, Daniel?
I love going on everyone. Jacob, Robbie.
That's right. I better say Jacob first.
Yeah, we in there, baby.
Better say Jacob first.
A bunch of Maya, Famous Amos, the guy that's always dancing no matter what situation. I'm like, holy crap. I like watching his. I ain't gonna lie, some of his videos get me super hyped watching. Like,
right.
Those are shit. I mean, those are things I would do. He takes it very far in his videos. Z. Robbie, I like everybody. I like watching everybody videos.
Robbie, when you're not watching yourself, who else's pages are you on?
Honestly, keep it a buck. Whatever's on my timeline. Like I follow Jacob, of course. Shout out Jacob. I follow Daniel G. Shout out Daniel. But just pretty much people that I work with. I follow. I look at them. I follow like World Star too. They post like funny hood vids in Hoodville, and I kind of don't watch other people like a lot because I like to try to stay original. And only if I do watch other people is to see if my idea looks like their idea, or to see if I can come up with something that's better or come up with something that's totally different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I definitely watch all my friends. They make me laugh. Everybody make me laugh that's on here. Daniel, Jacob, everybody.
Imagine what you guys like, how many takes you have to do when you're recording. You like crack each other up and you got to keep redoing it over.
Funny.
Yeah.
It was this one time with Daniel Jean, bro. Daniel. It was one time, bro. It was my first time meeting him. And I'm thinking he's gonna be like a mean guy, everything. Like, cause from the skits. But he's the nicest person you will ever know. The nicest person.
It's true though.
Bro, the nicest person you ever know. So we got this one idea, right, where he jacked me out the car and throw me against his SUV. I was like, okay, I'm down for it. I'm thinking in my head 2 takes. We did this take like 12 to 18 times.
What?
12 to 18 times. Him grab me out the car and throwing me against throwing me against the door. It put a dent in the door and everything. He got mad at me. I'm like, dog, you keep pushing me in the door. It's like, but sometimes it can be one take. Like, it just be like, okay, I like that. And that's it. It just really depends.
Right. If you guys could give some free advice to our viewers and upcoming entrepreneurs, what would you advise?
I would advise
upcoming creators, you said?
Okay, you do.
Go ahead. What you said, Jacob?
You said what advice do we have to upcoming creators?
Creators and entrepreneurs, yes.
Entrepreneur, I just say, work with a passion, work with a drive. Don't be afraid to work harder than the next person. Be willing to sacrifice, be willing to eat dirt in order to make your dream come true. I worked for many years as a TV film actor before I became Insta famous and was able to earn a good living from what I do. So you can't be afraid to really just roll up your sleeves and get in there and just be yourself.
Gary Jacob. Definitely to piggyback off Jacob, like make what the advice I have to give for any entrepreneur, any creator, any influencer. Make sure you do what you love. Make sure you love this. Don't, like I said, just don't see the outcome. You know what I'm saying? That's good to see it, but don't focus on it. Focus on it because you really love doing it. And because if you don't love doing this, it's gonna be some days where you're not gonna get paid for it. It's gonna be some days where you get pissed off. And when you do that, and when you go in it, like when you go into something thinking, oh yeah, I'm finna be rich off this, instead of damn, I'm finna get paid for something I love to do. You gotta have that mindset. You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much it. And then stay focused too. Stay grinding. Like, don't let nobody stop your hustle. And focus.
I want to say, study your craft. Know your craft. That's number one. And do what you love. Don't let anybody influence you in a different direction. If you know this is what you want to do, do it. Don't do it because it's going to make you famous or it's going to make you money, because the money will come, the fame will come, but you have to love what you do. So that's how I see study your craft is number one to me, because if you don't know it, people can see right through you.
Right, definitely.
I would definitely say be adaptable and be ready for change, because in every industry that you're in is always going to shift. Like, who would have known that we'd be going through a virus and we wouldn't be able to have events anymore? Like,
Right.
Imagine if your only source of income was throwing events and you had to adapt and go on to Zoom now and you couldn't figure it out and you just gave up, and there goes your business. But there's so many businesses right now that are thriving. Like, my business is kind of like going a lot better now that it's just strictly online, because people are realizing that now they need somebody, a brand manager, to change up their look online so that they can be more present for people that are literally online all day now. So I think you got to be adaptable. And like everybody is saying, you got to be serious about it. You got to really want it, because it's going to be days that it's not going to make sense.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to be really upset and hate it, but you got to keep doing it. This is what you want to do.
You can't stop. So my last question for you guys before we end, and then I'll find out what it is that we have to look forward for from you guys.
Let me finish saying one thing though.
Yes, Daniel, sorry, go ahead.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I was like, damn, all right. Basically, like if you're starting from this bottom, right, from the scratch, don't be afraid to tell whoever you like, because sometimes you gotta pay the person you want to work with. Me, I used to do a lot of favors with people, like driving them around and stuff like that, just so I could work with them. You got to give something. Nobody's gonna do nothing for you.
You're
anyway.
right.
Yeah,
So my thing, if you go,
You earned it, Daniel. You worked your ass off.
Like people, like you got to learn to serve. I learned. I had to serve a lot of people before. I still feel like I'm an underdog. Like I'm still from the bottom. So you gotta serve people. I still record for people if they ask me to. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta start somewhere, and you gotta be hungry, and you gotta not be afraid to step out the box. You can't do what everyone's doing. You gotta be able to switch up, do different stuff to put yourself out there, and not care. And it's hard. There's days, a few people watching. Some days they'll go viral. Some days they won't. You just gotta stay level-headed and just keep putting it out there, not caring.
I think you really hit it on the head, and it goes back to something that Robbie said. It's like people they see all the glory. They see, they see you on panels, they see you talking, they see you driving, they see the numbers, they see the followers, but you didn't see all the cry and the tears, the hard work, you know what I mean? The sacrifice, the eating oodle noodle soup in the beginning because there was nothing there. Like, they didn't see it. So every single one of you came from hard work. That is so commendable. We got the power. So my last question, the social media landscape is now flooded with influencers. What do you want your legacy as an influencer to represent and to be?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She
My
got
le-
good questions, Robbie.
Nah, see, I want my legacy to be like, damn, he was just dope. He was dope. Like I want to be Robbie World when I die. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody, like, and that's one thing too. People want to be the next Kevin Hart, the next Dave Chappelle. I want to be the first Robbie World and the only Robbie World. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I want my legacy to be.
How did you, before I go to everybody else, why did you name yourself Robbie's World? How did you come up with that?
Oh, okay. So my name is Robert Dean III. So I started my first production company like 3 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, called Third World Studios because of my life. So I changed my Instagram to Rob Third World. And when I was doing skits and like videos. So everybody was just calling me Robbie World, Robbie World, Robbie World. And I was like, nah, it's Rob Third World. And I kind of did like a poll. I was like, which one sound better, Rob Third World or Robbie World? And everybody was like, Robbie World. And I was like, all right, let me just go with that.
Let me go with that. Jacob, what's your legacy?
I hope my legacy is that I was someone who helped entertain people through times of good, times of bad, that my content will live on forever. My For the Pussy rap video will live on forever as a viral video, even long after I'm gone. And just someone who kind of just helps push the dialogue for different issues. Like I said, I do a lot of content that tackles societal issues. So I think someone who just helped push that conversation along and just put a smile on people, because what we do is special, and not everyone is capable of being a performer, of being in this lane. So I take it with great honor that I've been so blessed to have been successful in what I do, and that people gravitate towards it, and that I have the audience. So at the end of the day, it's just, I do it for the people. I hope people remember me.
Beautiful. Marie.
Marie Driven, the voice of the Caribbean. Plain
and simple.
That was easy.
Say that again. Say your name?
Marie Driven, the voice of the Caribbean.
Amen. Daniel Jean, legacy.
I just want people to be like, yo, this guy really didn't give a fuck about anything about going to jail. And he went the extreme to really, put a smile on people's face, or be like, wow, this guy really took it there. That's funny.
I definitely want to be remembered for all of the
panel with comedians, right? Jocelyn.
Right. I definitely want to be remembered for all the doors that I open for people, and all the knowledge that I share. Because honestly, I feel like you're nothing if you didn't share your knowledge and if you didn't teach somebody something. Yeah. So definitely that. Like I throw a lot of events too, where I'm just like bringing people from the industry to just talk to people one-on-one, or like putting producers on the stand or anything like that. So I just want people to remember that I did that, and that's okay to do that, and it's okay that you don't always have to be in the spotlight. It's not always about you.
So we're done. I want to find out, and I'm going to start with Jocelyn and go back around. What do we have to look forward to? What you got coming the next couple of days that viewers should look out for?
I have a lot of really big announcements. I don't know if I should say anything.
Can you say one? Give me an exclusive. Come on, John. I think one of them.
Okay, I have this. I'm so easy. I'm like, okay, no. But I have this big music app I feel like it's really gonna change the game. And so I'm gonna be spearheading their branding and marketing efforts, and bringing in some really cool like influencers and people to help support it and stuff like that.
How things roll, the universe.
Yeah. So I feel like that's gonna be really cool. And I also have a membership program that I've been putting together for a while, and right now I have 10 members that I just like, people that I've been just on the phone with through my consultations. I wanted to do it, but I'm gonna promote it in the next couple of days, and I feel like it's gonna really change the game.
Beautiful. Daniel, what we got going on that we should look out for?
I got the reality show I'm working on, and it's definitely gonna be. I'm excited about it. Like,
Yeah,
I know it's gonna. If people can watch these videos that I do, I feel like they can watch them on TV.
Beautiful. Well, we'll be looking out for it. Marie Driven, what's coming up?
Well, right now I'm focused on my Working Women Wednesdays, girl. So
Yeah.
every Wednesday, Working Women Wednesdays, 4:30 to 6 o'clock. I have inspirational women giving out gems. Some of them give out money. You never know.
And it's on IG. On IG, we got on Wednesdays on IG, right?
Yeah, Wednesdays on Instagram. Mm-hmm.
Beautiful, beautiful.
So that's it.
Oh, Jacob's outside now.
Yeah, I walked out. I walk in.
You want to be like Daniel Jean right now
Like
in the car.
So yeah, look at it right now. I gotta go get a low top fade, high top fade.
Oh shoot.
As far as what I'm getting, you can catch me. I'm gonna be on a guest starring on another episode of In the Cut on Bounce, which is the first African American TV channel. Stars Dorian Wilson and Lita Smith, a lot of different stars of the sitcom world. So that'll be airing. I don't know, they changed the schedule around, but it should be soon. Obviously, I'll post it when it's up. And then just auditioning and staying grinding, making content. And just I appreciate bringing me on, and I hope anyone who's watching enjoyed what we had to say.
Right, totally. Thank you, Jacob. We're always looking out for you. And Robbie's World, what we got coming up that we need to look out for?
New clothing line called Pro Savage by Rob. That's coming out. I'm actually working on it now.
Is that just women or just men?
What's it called, Robbie? What's it called?
It's called Pro Savage.
Pro Savage.
What's it called?
Pro Savage.
I like it.
Yeah, professional.
You better
savage.
send me something, Robbie.
I got you. You gonna
post? Send me your clothes, Robbie.
Daniel.
You're gonna post Daniel.
I'm gonna wear it.
You gotta all get something.
Right.
Yeah.
Huh?
You see, he didn't say yes though, Josh.
No, I got y'all.
I can't hear what you saying. What? Yeah, no capping, Rob. All right, we all want the merch.
Okay,
right?
no cap. Can I continue what I got going on?
Right.
So I got a movie. I directed and written. It's shot already. I'm releasing that. I just want to submit it to film festivals, but because of the COVID-19, I don't know like which one I'm gonna,
Is it a comedy or is it a drama?
It's a drama. I love doing thrillers in movies. I don't like haven't did a comedy movie yet. I got an award for my last movie I did called Drunk. It was a thriller. It won like Las Vegas Black Film Festival for best actor.
You're writing and directing all of this? Or what are you doing?
Yeah, I write and direct.
Nice.
And edit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, but everybody's eyes is on it. Everybody want to watch something right now, so you might as well get them until they. Because about people trying to fake start getting busy.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Right. This is the time.
All right, you know what? I'm thinking about it. I will. I just want to really pitch it to somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, because once you submit it to film festivals, you can't release it. So it's like in between. So should I release it on my own or should I put it in film festivals and get award? Like, it's just like one of those things. But I got that coming up. I can't disclose. I got a show I'm producing and directing. I can't give the details. I signed a non-disclosure, but I got hired to do that.
All right.
And I'm on a TV show that I can't say because I signed some papers as well on MTV.
Non-disclosures.
On one episode.
That's what's up, Robbie.
So I'm working. So
working.
Yeah, I'm just grinding.
Well, that's an inspiration for all of us. So again, you could have been anywhere else. And I always tell people when I do this that the most important thing is our time, because once you've given your time to someone, you can never get it back. And so hopefully that we take every moment of our time and make it positive and influential. I want to tell everybody that the panel is going on break until July 9th, but Crib Convos is coming next Tuesday. So I'm going to do 2 one-on-ones. My first one-on-one is with the legendary Kid Capri, and then RCA Records, Young Manny, and then we're going to do the Bronx Principal. And then she's going, hopefully, on a Puerto Rico vacation and fly back.
Hopefully you go July 24th. I'll be there for like probably 2 days. I'm like,
we need it. So, next Crib Convo, July 9th with our panel, and Crib Convo one-on-one on Tuesday. You guys always inspire me. You make me laugh. You make me mad, and you bring out the best in me. So I want to thank you, my brothers and sisters, Jacob,
Absolutely.
Daniel, Jean, Marie Driven, Robbie's World, and Jocelyn. Thank you, and good night to everybody for being on.
Have a good one.
God bless
Thanks so
you.
much.
Stay
Have a
safe.
good one.
Hi,
Bye.
guys.
Bye.
Jacob, I'm
Oh,
on the
yeah.
way
Thanks
too,
for
by the
having
way.
us.